What's up, everybody? This is from the Depths Collectables coming at you with another toy haul. Let's get into it this week because we got some pretty cool stuff and even some cool stuff on clearance. So let's start off the toy haul with some of the clearance stuff that we picked up this week. It was a very good week for clearance, guys, because they have a lot of great figures on clearance right now. I was seeing stuff like the Fantastic Four retro wave that was hitting the stores, $15. Honestly, it's a little too much for me. Once it hits $10, then we'll talk, you know what I mean? But that's a pretty good deal for something that was like $25 before, you know what I mean? Because those legends, they have been going up in price lately, and to get one at $15 at retail is an amazing deal. So to start off, we picked up Battle Cat here from the Masters of the Universe Origins line. Now this Battle Cat was only $5, guys. That is a drastic drop from what it was when it came out. I remember this thing was sitting on the shelf at every Walmart, every Target that I could find. There were just piles and piles and piles of them. You know, I guess this wasn't a very popular figure. Maybe the limited articulation on him, the paint scratches on some of the fur. I know that was a big deal for a lot of people. You know, this one has a couple of paint scratches on the fur, you know, on the stripes and everything. The yellow is scratching off. You know, that's fine. And especially for $5, guys, that's a good figure to pick up. You know what I mean? If you're into the Origins line, or if you have some of the retro old school He-Man stuff, this guy would fit in perfect. You know, it's a very good figure. It's a very solid figure, guys. You know, it's something cool that you want to put up on your shelf with your Motu figures and all that stuff. And it is a staple of the series, guys. You know, Battle Cat is He-Man's right-hand man, or right-hand cat, if you will. You know what I mean? So it's a very good figure to pick up, guys. So if you see them out in the stores, I suggest you pick them up for $5. And next up is somewhat of an oddity, guys. This figure just came out. I remember, like, I found them earlier on in the week. I found the entire set. They were brand new, fresh out the case. And I told my brother about these guys, and he wanted all of them. Except for, I think, the Ninja Storm one, because he's not a very big fan of Ninja Storm. But I got them at full price. The full price is $15. So I went to this Walmart where I found Battle Cat, and right next to them were these Megazords that were already on discount. Discounted like $5 less. They're $10. And, you know, at $10, that's not bad. You know, I would pick up this figure for $10. You know, it was like, you know, $15, like $16, you know, after taxes or whatever when you buy them at full price. And I think that's a little too much for a 7-inch figure that, you know, really doesn't have too much articulation or anything like that. But for $10, that's a no-brainer, guys. I had to pick them up. So for both of these figures, I paid $15. That is less than one Marvel Legends, guys. That is how crazy these deals are. So speaking of Marvel Legends, here's a little bit of a surprise, and that is Sleepwalker here. Now, Sleepwalker is part of the new Multiverse of Madness wave that just hit the stores. And this one and Despair are the ones that I really want out of the wave. Because honestly, the whole wave seems a little lackluster to me because honestly, we already have way too many Doctor Strange figures, you know? We probably with this wave and, you know, the Spider-Man wave, I think we have like 4 Doctor Strange figures that are in circulation in retail right now. So, you know, we're getting to the point where we're just getting oversaturated with Doctor Strange figures. So I really wanted the other figures that were in the way, which were Wong, Despair, and Sleepwalker here. Those are the only 3 that I really wanted out of the wave. Everybody else, you know, maybe not. I'm not too crazy about the Bat figure either. It's kind of weird. It looks, you know, kind of like a Beast Boy from, Teen Titans if he turned into an ox. Kind of weird in my opinion. But I'm not too familiar with that character, so, you know, it's not a Bat figure that I'm really, you know, hyped up about getting or anything like that. You know, out of all of them, guys, these look the best, to be honest. You know, this Sleepwalker figure looks awesome. I'm thinking about getting another one because this box is a little beat up on the back. And I'm thinking about taking this one out and probably posing them up, taking pictures and all that. So from superheroes to wrestlers with this WWE Collector's Edition Warlord. I'm very happy about getting this one because this one is the Chase out of the newest wave, and I think these Chase figures like only show up like in Walmarts or Targets. I'm not too sure. Either that or else this one figure is the Chase kind of figure that is in the wave, the one to look for, the collector's edition kind. There's not too many of them in the cases, Like I said, like when I went there, there was a brand new case of these guys. There was a brand new case of WWE Elites, and I was able to go through them all and see that they only had like 3 Warlords for the entire case. So if you're looking for this guy, it's, you know, kind of hard to find. If there's a fresh case, you could probably find 3 of them. But if not, then they're kind of, you know, kind of hard to find. I know these came out a while back, but for some reason my local Walmart just had a fresh case of these. So I went through, picked out the best box, and Warlord came home with me. So next up in DC is something of a surprise because I was convinced that I would never see this thing on the shelf. And that is the gold label hazmat suit Batman. It is very crazy because I was totally convinced that I would not be able to see this figure on the shelf. You know, I was looking up and down. You know, I even opened up a case of fresh McFarlane toy figures and did not see this figure at all. There was tons of the regular one, but none of the gold label. So I was very worried about being able to find one of them because I'm terrible with finding gold label things. You know, when it comes to McFarlane toys, I have better luck finding platinum edition stuff than I do finding gold label stuff. And that's very odd to me because I feel like the gold label would be a lot easier to find because, you know, gold is a lot less than platinum, but, you know, who knows. But this figure right here is a very unique figure because the symbol on his chest lights up. And that's what makes it the gold label version and the one that everybody really wants. You know, it's very unique, and I have not seen this kind of stuff used in figures since like I was a kid. You know, I remember back in the day, every figure used to light up, every figure used to have some kind of like action, you know, detail or something like that. But nowadays, we don't really have that. You know, we kind of forego those things to have a more like articulated figure, a more detailed figure. And even then, guys, sometimes they drop the ball with the details and stuff like that. So to see this on the shelf is something crazy, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get it in my collection. Alrighty guys, so I had to make a very difficult decision at the checkout, and you know, I know in the video it shows me picking up the Trish Stratus saying that I was gonna pick it up, but I got to the cash register, guys. You know, I went to go check the cards to see if they had any AEW, you know, packs over there or anything like that, and I saw they had a ton of these Celebrations Lunchboxes. Now, it was a very difficult decision to make because I couldn't buy all 3 figures that I was going to buy. So I had to make a decision and decided to go with the Pokemon Lunchbox over the Trish Stratus because even though the Trish Stratus was a chase figure, you know, there was a little dent and stuff on the box that I was a little uncomfortable about, you know, picking up. So I just went ahead and just picked up this Lunchbox instead because I am collecting for the Celebrations set. You know, I did find an Elite Trainer box before and it treated me very, very well. You know, I was able to get a lot of cool cards from that box. So hopefully that luck will, you know, move on to the other boxes that I picked up for Celebration. Hopefully I could pull that crazy Charizard card or maybe something cool. It's a very cool find altogether due to the fact that, you know, Pokemon card stuff gets bought up left and right and put up on eBay as soon as they get it, you know. So this Target actually had a ton of these lunchboxes, and that is an amazing thing because, you know, you look up online and stuff, they say out of stock or they're like, you know, twice the price of retail or something like that. So it's a very cool thing to have. Not only does it come with, you know, booster packs and, you know, cards and stuff like that, it comes with stickers, you know, notepads and even pencils. So it's a little cool thing to have. Plus you got a lunchbox here to, you know, put some lunch in. You know, most of the time people just use them to, you know, keep their cards in or, you know, as a display or something like that. But it's a cool thing to pick up nonetheless. Alright, from Pokemon to Turtles with this TMNT Party Wagon. I'm so happy about picking this thing up, guys, because it's eluded me for the longest time. I was even there when they first hit the shelves and I saw them. You know, there was 2 of them hitting the shelves. They were sitting there and I was like, man, I could pick that up. But I decided to go with the brothers instead, and it was the biggest mistake that I made, guys, because ever since then, it's just been sitting there taunting me. You know, one day I will see it, but I'm on my way to work, so I can't pick it up, or another day that I see it and I don't have enough money for it. So it was always sitting there, you know, taunting me, wanting me to buy it, and this week I actually found it, and I actually had some money for it this time. So I went in, picked it up at a Walmart, guys, and I'm so happy about getting this in my collection. I'm thinking about taking this thing out of the box, maybe unpackaging the old retro figures that I have, because I thought for a fact those things were going to be, you know, really hard to find, but they're readily available and easy to find. So I'm thinking about, you know, taking those retro figures out of the box and posing them up with the party wagon. You know, start a little TMNT shelf and have this as the main, you know, centerpiece of the deal. So I'm very happy about finally getting this thing in my collection, because it's something that I wanted even as a kid. You know, trying to get this thing as a kid would be impossible for me, because I would barely get any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, let alone something this big. So a welcome addition to my collection. The last up on the toy haul is Thailog from the Gargoyles. Now this is the newest NECA drop that just hit the stores, and I'm very happy about picking this one up, guys, because Gargoyles is one of my favorite all-time, you know, cartoons from when I was a kid. I remember back in the day, me and my brother used to play outside acting like we were gargoyles, you know, standing up on high places, acting like we turned into stone and stuff like that. You know, it was a good time, guys. So as soon as NECA announced this line, I was all over it. You know, I already had Goliath, and as soon as Thailog hit that shelf, guys, I had to get him. So, you know, it was a very cool timing, you know, deal, because for some reason that target, which is our last target of the day, is always the first target that the NECA vendors hit. So it's very cool because I was able to have my pick of all the, you know, NECA stuff that they had out there. So I just went ahead, picked up Thailog, because Thailog is the newest one and one of the, you know, ones that I want to get in my collection. So hopefully Demona comes out, and I know that they have a Bronx figure on the way, and, you know, eventually we'll probably get the rest of the crew. And, you know, that would be an awesome thing to have, because I would like an entire, you know, set of these guys. So that's the haul for this week, guys. It was another great haul and another great hunt. So what did you guys pick up this week? Were you able to find any of the clearance figures out there for a good price? Or were you able to find Thailog here like I did? Let me know down in the comments down below. So if you like these kinds of videos, be sure to subscribe and like. We do a lot of videos like this, like the toy hauls, toy hunts, and we do something called the custom corner, in which I take figures that I pick up and, you know, touch up paint or customize them completely. So if you like those kinds of videos, be sure to subscribe. With that being said, I'm from the Depths Collectables, and I'll see you guys next time.